We are out spreading fertilizer on the grass leys. Hello, welcome back to the channel. Hope everyone is doing well. Yeah, you can see behind me, we are on the first of our early slopes. We've taken off the plastic. These were planted back at the end of December 2024, 27th of December. These are the first ones we did. We've uncovered the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 slopes. Small areas, only about a couple of acres. They're looking all right, not too bad. You can see here, this is them. They are just starting to form a few potatoes. Tiny bit of frost damage they had. A couple of, there you go, you can just see the remnants of it there. That was from a few weeks ago. They just got singed. That's when where the polythene was touching them, there was a bit of white frost underneath and it just singed the leaves. We then avoided the rest this week. They're okay. They're not the best we've had, but they're not too bad. Slight few, if we look down, they are just starting to form potatoes, I think, if it's the same as the other field I looked at before. Again, sorry, it's not the easiest. Oh no, these are actually more advanced. So you can see there, I'll shake that out. They are, yeah, not actually too bad. Better than this is a lot further on than the other Fakoti actually. They're all the size of my palm. But yeah, not too bad. Happy with that. Although not huge haulm, that's not bad sized potatoes. So they're probably about a month away. Hopefully they'll start harvesting these end of April. Amazingly, it is actually drying up. They could do with some rain. And we've got the field above. So this bit here was done with the hand implements. There's the one that the one that has pulled up. The one above, this is slightly less steep. I say again, it doesn't look that steep in the pictures on the camera when I'm holding it, but this is then done with the ridging frame, re-ridging. Slight bit of variation, but they're all going to grow out, and actually we're pretty happy with that. For the, what are we now, first week of March, they're looking really well, to be honest. The focus now is keeping the blight off. Blight is the main disease that can affect the leaves of the potatoes. So you can see they're all light and lush green. So we can use, it's called a fungicide, which is basically a spray, and you can spray on and it protects the plant. And it's like a preventative measure we go on. So we started spraying them. We're at about 10-day intervals at the moment, but really happy how they're looking. This is on the east of the island, overlooking Grouville, or call it Grouville Bay, and the ones below, I'll pop down there in a minute and show you, they are all planted a bit later, but these are all the fields we've been planting. These are the first ones we did, but yeah, really pleased to have a look at. See, I say this is all done by hand, and I say then we come down to here, these were fields below, these are all done with a crawler, and then we use the actual frame. So this is all done with tractors, and you can see these are all growing nicely. These are on the 30-inch rows. Those are on the smaller rows. They're on 20-inch rows. And so is the field above. You can't quite see it there. But these are on 30-inch rows. These are probably about a week, 10 days away. We'll take these off. But yeah, all looking pretty good. They've avoided the frost. Another gaps there, but on the whole they're looking pretty good. And hopefully got some nice weather coming this week, so they should, and a bit of rain Tuesday, they should start growing well, and yeah, happy enough to avoid the frost. And never know, it's always a risk for the Fakoti. Some years they can be frozen quite badly, but this year, touch wood, they've survived so far. So we're out as well. First day, it's been a bit hectic, but we are out spreading fertilizer on the grass leys. So I said I mentioned last year, but yeah, we used the John Deere's RTK system. so that's helping us drive in a nice straight line. We need to change over the disc. We're still at 18 meters. That is just because when we are spreading our fertilizer on our potatoes, we have some quite small fields at the start, so we actually find it easier staying at 18 meters. But we will go on, we need to change the disc. We're on the Amazon, the ZV, or is it just the V1 disc? The max they can spread to on this fertilizer is 18, so we need to go on to the V2 discs, then that will allow us to spread to 24. And we've got to be on 24 because all our cereals are, and I've got to do fertiliser on that as well, they are on 24 metre tram lines because that's sprayed with the Amazon, the mounted Amazon sprayer, rather than our agri-pluggy. So yeah, but no, going well. Travelling compared to last year, an absolute doddle. Last year it was really, really hard. It was wet. We were having to I was only putting in a couple of bags at once because we were making so much, kind of putting tracks in and things, but it's basically dry as a bone. We've had now a week of dry weather. So you can see here, go through onto the fert screen. This is the Amazon app, you can see there. So putting on 330 kilos, that's that number there of products. We're spreading a Yara NK sulfur product. The middle number is how much is left in the hopper. And then that's just the percent of how much it's putting out. It's got section control, this spreader, but it's a PTO driven spreader. You can see that it's not hydraulic. So I'll just turn around. It just reduces the rate rather than actually reducing the speed of the disc. Ideally one day we'll go on to full section control using the hydraulic disc, but at the moment we're just using the section control, which reduces the amount of rate, so it puts less fertiliser as you get to a side of a corner. But at the moment we're going up and down the main part of the field, so it's got full amount either side, and the blue there is where we've done. Yeah, no, it's working well, and hopefully this is a red clover lay. You might be able to see the clover there. Excuse the window, it's a bit muddy, but this is all going to be destined for grass silage, hopefully to be cut kind of probably mid to end of April. So yeah, hopefully it's going to grow well. Bit of rain next week and grass will start greening up nicely. So it'll also be interesting to see, we're back spreading in this morning. Saturday we're planting spuds as well. We're going to be planting spuds as well, but I'm spreading some. We've got some Origin fertiliser, which is a blend. Don't really like using the blends on the grass, but I had a little bit left over and need to get it empty as I carry on. I've got some compounds from Yara, that NK sulfur, same as yesterday, but it's it's 30% N, no P, 16 potash, and 8% sulfur. So it'll be interesting to see how the grass grows with this compared to the compound. It is a bit cheaper, the blend, but I think I prefer, especially later in the season, it's going to be nice having it all in one prill. But yeah, it'll be how the potash isn't going to break down as well because it's in harder form, but hopefully it'll be okay. We'll see. This will be one field. There's about 18 verges in there, 9 acres. So it'll be interesting to see how this grows the first cut. I'm putting the same amount of nitrogen on, just reduce the rate a bit because it's high percentage of nitrogen, so I can put 250 kilos a hectare rather than 330 the other one. But yeah, interesting to see how it goes. But stunning morning, the sun is rising, and I say really nice, travelling very, very well. So pleased to be not making a mess. So let's have a little look. This is what we mean when we say, see the compound here, there's each individual prill is separate, so that is a prill of nitrogen. If we look around, there should be a little pink bit here. There you go. That little pink bit there that is the potash. And there'll be a little grey bit somewhere, but there's a lot, they're not as, there you go. That little grey bit there, that's sulphur. So you can see they're individual prills. So that's what I mean, especially when it's dry or when you want it to be really even. This has got a bit of time now to all hopefully break down a bit. It won't break down fully. We're probably, today we're the 8th of March, we're going to be, yeah, we'll be probably 7-8 weeks away from first cut. It's always amazing. The grass is looking very hungry, to be honest. It needs a feed, but it's good to get on. And this is hopefully now going to transform. We've got some rain due this week coming, and then it's warming up, saying 16, 17 today. There's a few weeds around, so probably have to do a herbicide. We'll wait until the weeds are growing a bit more until we come on with the herbicide. Sometimes over winter we don't need to do it, but it hasn't been that cold this winter, not many frosts, so the weeds are still all around. So we need to get those controlled, because it's the best time. We use herbicides as little as possible. So herbicides we use to control the grass weeds. But early on in a grass lay, so this grass lay was sown back in October, the weeds are the most susceptible, and it's a good time to control them now. You can use less rates and things, whereas if you don't do it now, then kind of get to later in this autumn 2025, and you've got a weed problem. They're all more established, they've got bigger roots, so it takes more to kill them. So it's kind of doing it early on is best, but obviously we couldn't get on in October because it's only sowed in October. The time it was established, it was too late, too cold to spray and kill them, so we've had to wait until now. But we'll get on and do that in the next couple of weeks before the grass gets too big as well. But yeah, I say it's just lovely to be going on and travelling in nice conditions. So we've also had a very good week with the Plato planting. It's been dry since last Friday we started. Started by hand, and then we've been going with the machines most of the time, to be honest. Conditions are cracking. We're in here in a block that's all had in the grass silage last year. A couple of years it's been in red clover leys. Ground conditions are really, really nice. It is beautiful. Really nice soil. Heavy start. It's not heavy, but it's yeah, it takes a bit of dry in this soil, but it's had, say, a lot of dry weather. It's been ploughed, left for a day, and it's coming up really, really nicely. So yeah, it's made very good progress. So it gives us a bit of a chance that if it is a bit wet next week, looks like we've still got Monday. We're not planting tomorrow because we had a really good week. We will have another day Monday, and then I think Tuesday a little bit more rainy, but it's we've got a lot of fields to go into now that have been in grass lays for a couple of years, that it doesn't need quite as long to dry out. So as soon as it's kind of dried up, we can get ploughing. But yeah, it's good to progress well, and we're considerably ahead of where we were this time last year. Start applying some of our seed crop as well. Didn't plant any of that till the 24th of March last year. All the organics are pretty much finished now. So yeah, getting on well. And it's nice using the machines in conditions like this. I'll show you some stuff of what we've been getting up to the last week with the planters. So thanks for watching today's video. One silly robot this morning trying to do the automatic scraper area, but we'll get that fixed. It's all done. Philip here helping. But yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you all Wednesdays.